There's a reason certain people always seem to control every conversation, every relationship, every room they walk into. And it's not charm, it's not confidence, it's not even intelligence, it's strategy. These people have learned a set of psychological tricks that quietly bend people to their will without anyone realizing what's happening. And the scariest part, you've already fallen for at least one of these today. Stay till trick number 6, that one is the most dangerous and the least talked about. Dark psychology is simply the study of how people use psychological principles not to help others but to control and manipulate them for personal gain. The frightening thing is that manipulators don't always know they're doing it, but whether it's intentional or not, the damage is real. Trick number 1 is called love bombing. This is when someone overwhelms you with attention, affection, and praise right at the start of a relationship. Your brain releases dopamine when you feel admired, and love bombing floods your system with that feeling, creating fast emotional dependency before you even know the person properly. For example, you meet someone new, and within 2 weeks, they're texting you all day, calling you their soulmate, telling you they've never met anyone like you. It feels incredible, but what they're really doing is making you emotionally addicted to their approval before they start asking for things in return. If someone's affection feels too intense to fast, it probably is. Trick number 2 is gaslighting. This is when someone makes you question your own memory, perception, and sanity. When someone we love tells us we're wrong about what we saw or heard, we doubt ourselves before we doubt them. For example, you confront your partner about something hurtful they said. They look at you calmly and say, "I never said that. You're being too sensitive. You always do this." Suddenly, you're apologizing for bringing it up. If you constantly feel confused after conversations with someone and you apologize more than they do, you may be getting gaslit. Trick number 3 is the silent treatment. This is when someone withdraws all communication as a form of punishment and control. Being ignored by someone we care about triggers the same part of the brain as physical pain. The manipulator knows you will do almost anything to make the silence stop. You find yourself apologizing for things you didn't even do wrong, just to end the unbearable silence. Remember, silence used as a weapon is not boundaries, it's control. Trick number 4 is triangulation. This is when someone brings a third person into the dynamic to create jealousy, insecurity, or competition. Your partner constantly mentions how their ex used to do things better, or your boss always praises another colleague in front of you. It feels like a compliment to someone else, but it's really a message to you you're replaceable. If you constantly feel like you're in competition for someone's attention or approval, that feeling is manufactured and it's intentional. Trick number 5 is future faking. This is when someone makes big promises about the future to keep you emotionally invested in the present. Hope is one of the most powerful human emotions. When someone promises you a future, you want, your brain starts living in that future and you tolerate the present no matter how bad it gets. A partner keeps promising things will get better. Next month will be different. I'll change. Months turn into years. The promises keep coming. The change never does. Watch their actions, not their words. Trick number 6 is covert contracts, and this one is the most invisible of all. This is when someone does things for you with hidden expectations you never agreed to. The manipulator does something kind or helpful, but in their mind there's a secret price attached. When you don't pay that price, they feel justified in guilt-tripping you. Someone helps you move apartments. You never asked them to. A month later, when you don't invite them somewhere, they explode. After everything I've done for you. You never agreed to the deal, but somehow you owe them. If someone's kindness always makes you feel vaguely indebted, check if there were strings attached you never saw. Trick number 7 is intermittent reinforcement, and this is the most addictive of all. This is the same psychological mechanism behind slot machines. Unpredictable rewards are more addictive than consistent ones. When someone is sometimes warm and sometimes cold, your brain becomes obsessed with winning back the warmth. One day, your boss praises everything you do. The next day, nothing you do is good enough. You find yourself working harder and harder, not for the reward, but just to avoid the cold version of them. If you feel like you're walking on eggshells around someone, and you feel relief, not joy, when they're finally nice to you, that's not a relationship. That's a trap. So there you have it. 7 dark psychology tricks that manipulators use every single day. Love bombing, gaslighting, silent treatment, triangulation, future faking, covert contracts, and intermittent reinforcement. Here's what I want you to remember. Knowing these tricks doesn't make you paranoid. It makes you protected. The moment you can name what's happening to you, it loses its power over you. If this video helped you, share it with someone who needs to see it. It might be the most important thing they watched this year. And which trick have you noticed in your own life? Comment below. I read every single one.